Magic the Gathering cheaters are always a talk subject in the game, as every year more and more players are exposed for their foul play. With tournaments coming back because of the pandemic ending, it has caused a resurgence of both events, but also cheaters. Wizards of the Coast has put in place a new path for professional play, having regional championship qualifiers similar to PPTQs in the past. With RCQs happening weekly, it is bound for cheaters and foul play to occur. However, from a post on Reddit, we can see that it was more than just your local FNM warrior, and in fact it was a Magic the Gathering professional. With over 107 pages of results on MTG Goldfish, and both a GP win and a GP top 8, it is safe to say he is a well-established player in the community. This is Batatunia. It's an RCQ with 18 people. The tournament is organized by an LGS and has no certified judge. The tournament organizer presents himself as the judge for the tournament. We are in the first match from the top 8. The matchup is Burn vs Tron. The Burn player is a well-known MTGO grinder. Tron wins game 1, Burn wins game 2. In game 3, Tron player gets Tron online. He is at 4 life, he plays a Wormcoil engine revealed from the top by a Goblin Guide in the turn before, and casts an Ancient Stirrings, revealing an Emrakul the Promised End that he will be able to cast in the following turn if he has another tower. The Tron player passes the turn. Burn player has a Goblin Guide on the battlefield. Burn player decides to attack with Goblin Guide. Tron player declares that Wormcoil is blocking. Burn player then casts Deflecting Palm, saying that the Wormcoil damage would be redirected to the Tron player. Tron player obviously disagrees with that, since it's well known Deflecting Palm is supposed to work and it's written in the card that it would deal damage to you. The TO is called. The spectators are looking at each other, they clearly know that is not how Deflecting Palm is supposed to work. The TO gets there, Tron player lets the Burn player explain what's happening. After he does, the TO seems to be agreeing with the Burn player's interpretation of Deflecting Palm. The Tron player explains that this is not how Deflecting Palm works, and that the damage is not being dealt to the player, but to the Goblin Guide. The TO still thinks that the Burn player is correct. The Tron player is in disbelief and says, well, if that is going to be your ruling, then it's over, while shaking the hand from the Burn player. The spectators jump right in, since there is no actual judge in the situation. The TO walks away from the table to talk to them. The Burn player immediately starts picking up his cards. A spectator walking away to talk to the TO says, don't pick up the cards. The Tron player remains, sit in place with his cards on the table. The TO eventually comes back saying he got things wrong and that he thought the Tron player was attacking with the Wormcoil. The Burn player claims that his opponent has conceded and that he even took out the sideboard cards already. The Burn player proceeds to win the next round and wins the whole RCQ, getting his invite for the regional championship. Overall, it baffles me that these tournaments are not even required to have a single L1 judge, as it lets these kinds of situations happen more. How do we know that this was intentional cheating? With the information we have, it is clear that the Burn player was going to lose the game to the Emrakul that was put into hand from the Ancient Stirrings. This would allow the Tron player to control the Burn player's turn and win the game by gaining life from the Wormcoil and wasting Burn in his hand. It is also clear that this was intentional, as Batatunia's sponsor also made a statement shortly after this Reddit post announcing that they do not condone cheating and have dropped him from their sponsorship. Was this preventable? Yes. The tournament organizer thought that an untapped Wormcoil was attacking and being blocked by a tapped Goblin Guide. This is something an experienced player or level 1 judge can easily identify and rule against. However, with this event being 18 players and being in Brazil, it is hard to always have an L1 judge available. This leads to question Wizards of the Coast if they are properly organizing these events, or they are just leaving them and hoping that all shops know the rules of the game and can have a judge available. As always, cheaters are something that I and many players don't want in the game, so let me know down below what you think, and if you enjoyed this video and you want more content like it, then please like and subscribe, as it helps support the channel. That's it for the video though. Check this YouTube video out, YouTube thinks you'll like it.